It's your boy, the Ultimate Rage, coming. Well, I can't say coming back because this is the first time I'm going live. So thank you to everybody who helped me to reach my 10 subscribers needed so that I can start doing lives. So before I begin, let me set some ground rules. First of all I care about is the truth. That's it. I don't care how any of you feel. If you like or don't like what I have to say, I don't care. I only care about the truth. I don't have a problem with offending anyone. I have no problem offending you. If you get offended by what I say, great. Great. Because I'm not here to be super duper PC and worry about what I said that might have made you feel mad or glad or sad or whatever the fuck. All I care about is reality. All I care about is the truth. That's it. So I might say some words, I might say some phrases, I might hold some positions that you will not like. I'm not here to appease anyone. I'm here to get to the bottom of the truth of our reality, to figure out what this reality is, how it came to be, our place in it, to understand our origins, to understand who we are, what we are as human beings, as life forms, as earthlings, as consciousness. What the hell is everything? As a result, I don't care if I hurt anybody's feelings. I don't care if I make you mad. I'm the Ultimate Rage. How can you watch the Ultimate Rage and expect not to get angry? When we're talking about reality, guess what? There are some maddening aspects of our reality. Our reality is cold and harsh as hell. No amount of censorship is ever going to stop that. No amount of censorship is ever going to shield us from the harsh realities of our literal reality. So that's why my goal is to somehow, hopefully, help unite humanity to recognize that we live in suboptimal conditions and that if we keep wasting our fucking time bickering and arguing over stupid ass bullshit, we're never going to get anywhere. We're never going to reach any actual conclusion. We're never going to solve any actual problem. So that's why we have to take a step back and recalibrate what the hell we're doing. We got to sit here and we got to actually talk things out. We got to have some really, really, really difficult conversations as human beings, as an American nation, as an American populace, if we want to figure out how we can super optimize our society. And part of that is by putting your bitch ass feelings aside. I don't care if what I say makes you mad, makes you fucking offended or anything. I'm not here to appease your bitch ass feelings. You's a bitch. I have no problem telling you that. I have no problem offending you. I have no problem saying things that you don't like. Because this isn't about what you like. This is about what is the truth. And one thing that's very important, I am not a PC ass dude. I am not here to fucking let bitch ass tone police head ass motherfuckers tell me how I should conduct myself or how I should talk. Now, I do my best within reason to not violate guidelines and stuff like that. I am here to have real conversations, but at the same time, I am not going to let you tone police me. I'm not going to let you tell me that I need to speak in a certain way, that I need to speak in a certain manner, that I need to use certain phrases, and that I need to refrain from other phrases because this is my life. You do not have to be here. You do not have to watch me. I am not trying to twist your arm and make you watch me. I am on my live talking about the things that I want to talk about, and it is up to you whether or not you want to listen. Now, if you can give me good reasoning for why anything I'm saying is false, or why what I'm saying shouldn't be said, I am willing to listen to you. I am willing to listen because that's what having a conversation is about. At the same time, however, I'm not here to cater to you, especially if you're not somebody who's catering to me. What the fuck should I cater to you for? You're not trying to cater to me, so why should I cater to you? I cater to the truth. If the truth is what you cater to, then we should be aligned. But I don't care. I don't care if you don't like what I have to say or how I say it. I don't. If you have a problem with what I say, go the fuck somewhere else. You can scroll up, scroll down, you can hit that back button, you can literally move on to whoever the hell you want to. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to. You can watch and listen and consume the content from any and everybody else. You do it anyway. I'm not expecting 100 billion people to jump on my live and be on my dick. However, what I don't want is bitch ass motherfuckers to come in here and have bad faith arguments or to tone police me or to argue over semantics and stupid ass dumb shit like that. Cause I'm not with that shit. I'm not finna fucking argue with you over a word or a phrase or because you didn't like that my volume was loud. You didn't like how I said this or said that. I offended you and I hurt your feelings. Oh, I hurt your precious little. I don't give a fuck. Fuck your feelings. This ain't about your feelings. It's not about my feelings. It's about the truth. That's what should matter. Guess what? Sometimes the truth is offensive. Sometimes the truth can be highly offensive. To know that real things happen, that horrible things happen, that there are terrible people out here committing terrible acts. It is highly upsetting. Getting mad with me because I said something a certain way does not fix that problem. If me talking a certain way is going to prevent you from fucking with me, good. Great. I don't need everybody. All I need is real ass people who ain't gonna act like bitch ass crybabies because I said a word that you didn't like. The reason why I talk the way I talk is to find who are the fucking real ones. Who are the real people out here? Who are the people who actually care about figuring out our reality? Who care about optimizing our society, optimizing our human bodies? Where are y'all at? So, to set the tone, right? Like I said, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. So let's get that understood. Let's establish that as the main thing here. I am not here to make you feel good. I am not here to appease to your ego or whatever the fuck you want me to appease. I'm not here for that. Even though what I do, what I talk about can do that if you can get over yourself. Get over yourself. Stop acting like you are the most important motherfucker ever. Or like you're more important than me. Like I should give a fuck about how you feel, but you don't get to give a fuck about how I feel. We're not doing that anymore. Do that somewhere the fuck else. You can go on your own platform and you can talk all the shit that you want about me all day. Trust me, I will not inhibit your ability to do that because I don't care about that. I don't give a fuck about how any of you feel about me. I am not suffering from any delusion that everybody's gonna like me. I know for a fact that everybody's not gonna like me or what I have to say or how I conduct myself, how loud I can get, how foul-mouthed I can get, how I can use all these words that you're not gonna like, and you're not gonna like my tone, and you're not gonna like my volume, and not gonna like the words that I say. Such as the R word. I like to say the R word a lot. Because guess what? Everybody's retarded out here. Everyone. That's how we got to this point in the first place. If everybody was so cognitively able, if everybody had super mental abilities and capabilities, we would not be in this suboptimal state and we would not persist in the suboptimal state on such a constant basis. The fact that you are getting hung up over a fucking word and not getting hung up over the exploitation of all these industries and government bodies and all this type of shit goes to show you the problem with you. That you would rather sit here and argue with me over a fucking word instead of trying to align with me on how we can stop these motherfuckers. On how we can actually come together and work interdependently with synergy to improve our collective quality of life. We can't do that and we can't have real conversations. Because guess what? Even if I never use the slur at all, something that I say is going to offend you. Straight like that. Even if I decided to erase every slur and every form of foul language from my verbiage, I will say something that you are not going to like. That's a guarantee. At some point, I'm going to say something that you don't like. And guess what? You're going to say things I don't like. In fact, a lot of the shit that y'all say is shit that I really, really, really don't like at all. So, where do we go from here? Now that we've established that you will say some things I don't like, and I will definitely say things that you won't like, where do we go from here? Well, let me start off by talking a little bit about myself. I am an atheist. I'm an anti-theist. I'm a humanist. I'm a transhumanist. I'm an extropist. What does that mean? What that means is I don't believe in this sci-fi fantasy fucking bullshit that people love to purport on a constant basis. Because these sci-fi fantasy ideologies fail to adhere to reality. They fail to comport with reality. They do not accurately describe our reality. As such, I don't subscribe to this bullshit. And on top of that, these ideologies have caused such great harm to our planet, to our world, to our society, to our economy, government, everything. And they cause great harm because they extract resources from our communities. They spread disinformation on a constant basis. And they incentivize people to get into the highest public offices and enact horrendous legislation in favor of their sci-fi fantasy fucking bullshit, none of which has been demonstrated to help us in any way, shape, or form at all. And on top of that, it directly inhibits our ability to figure out who we truly are, what we truly are, our place in the grand scheme of reality, and understanding reality itself. So, how do we figure this stuff out? How can we figure out reality if so many people wed themselves to these sci-fi fantasy bullshit ideologies? When people demonstrate an extreme desire to remain willfully ignorant of our literal reality, of the literal truth. That's why I do what I do. That's why I do what I do, how I do it. That's why I am offensive. That's why I'm willing to say words that I know for a fact a lot of you aren't going to like. I'm not going to speak in poetry. I'm not going to speak in super duper deep philosophy and metaphysics. I am talking about our reality. Our reality. One of the reasons why I like using the R word a lot, the retarded word, the reason why I use it is because, for one, it was originally a medical term to describe people who are psychologically fucked up. And the fact that people who are psychologically fucked up get offended about being referred to as a term that reflects their psychological fucked upness goes to show how psychologically fucked up these people are. Two, the reason why I use it is because I feel that freedom of speech is important. And I feel that censorship is a bane on our society. The fact that people are willing to shut someone down because of a word or a phrase, even if it's accurate, even if it's used accurately to accurately describe something, you want to get mad because you don't like that word. Even though I can use another word that means exactly the same thing. It's only a matter of time until you start saying that these other terms and words and phrases are offensive. And all you got to do is move the goalpost until we reach a point where we can't say shit. And that is literally the antithesis of how we find truth. To try to fucking police language so hard that we can't even say shit. The fact of the matter is that we all got all kinds of psychological issues. I mean, literally everybody has microplastics in their bodies, crossing their blood-brain barriers, lodging into our brain, and affecting us psychologically in ways we still have yet to fully understand. Because these are new things that have recently been discovered to occur. There's not enough coverage of these topics. There's not enough investment in understanding how this stuff happens, how it affects us, and most importantly, how we can solve it, how we can stop it, how we can prevent it, and how we can super optimize our brain so that we are not affected by these things, so that they work better than ever before. We're at a point in time where we can actually super optimize everything. But we can't do that if we're constantly bickering over words and phrases and dumb shit. So, the fact of the matter is, I'm not gonna let you dictate conversations on my fucking life. You don't like what I have to say? Leave. Leave. Just leave. I'm not here to cater to your fucking feelings or your emotions. I am purely fact-based. If what I say makes you angry, great. That only makes me happy. I love making people angry. That's why I'm the ultimate rage. That's why nobody likes me. Because I tell the truth all the time. I've had to face all kinds of uncomfortable truths. That's how I reached the point that I'm at right now. Because there's all kinds of people that don't like what I have to say. But then I realized that there's a lot of shit out here that I don't like. I don't like seeing homeless people fucked up. I don't like seeing people tweak out and murdering their family and their neighbors and their coworkers and their children and their parents and all this type of shit. Because they had a freak out. Because they suffer from some psychological disorder that they weren't getting adequate treatment for, or they weren't getting sufficient treatment for, that they weren't using their medicine, or they weren't getting enough therapy, or they didn't get any therapy. They never got evaluated. Because medical help is not widely available and it's not cost effective and all that shit. If we actually if we actually all got evaluations, we probably all suffer from some kind of something. Not to mention the fact that the field of psychology itself is still in development. And the fields of neuroscience are still in development. There's still so much about the human body, the human brain, our environment, our planet that we still have yet to figure out. So we should be all hands on deck to figuring this stuff out instead of having ridiculous bullshit conversations about all this metaphysical, metaphysical shit that doesn't help us figure out shit. Therefore, I talk about reality. I talk about the state of America. I talk about the state of our society, our politics, our economy, all that shit. And I don't care if you don't like how I talk about it. I'm going to talk about it the way I talk about it. And if you don't like it, then you can just move on. I'm not here to make you feel super duper happy. I'm not here to not offend you. I don't care about people getting offended. I have long ago realized that the truth offends a lot of people, and a lot of people are delusional as hell. The truth offends delusional people who don't like truth, who want to live lies, who want to live in lies, who want to live in a lying-ass, bullshit-ass mental society, a mental deformity, a mental deficiency-laden state. Everybody's got all kinds of issues. Everybody's got some kind of mental disturbance going on. Everybody's retarded. Why do you think it's so hard for us to unite as a society? We're called the United States, and we're not united on shit. At best, people are united for fucking bullshit. Things like religion or conspiracy theories or sci-fi fantasies of various kinds. People don't unite over truth because the truth is anathema to liars, to delusional people, to people who suffer from various psychological disorders and traumas. If people weren't retarded, we wouldn't be living in these suboptimal conditions. We wouldn't be accepting the corruption that's smack dab in front of our face on a daily basis. There wouldn't be so much motherfucking censorship. It wouldn't be so many people getting offended over little words and phrases and all that dumb shit. The reason why I bring this up because I had the person that I was having the conversation with. We were actually having a decent conversation, and then they got hung up over the word retarded that I used in a sentence. And this person said, well, because can you please not use that word? Because, they usually levy that against people like me because I'm autistic, all this type of shit. Man, I'm not trying to hear that shit. On some real shit. Now, I could, right? I could refrain from using the word, right? I could just not use the word. But if I say retarded versus mentally fucked up or psychologically disordered or mentally disabled or whatever other phrase may be, it's only a matter of time until you don't like those words or phrases. That's what I hate about being PC. That's why I feel like being PC is bullshit. So, right, the biggest liars are PC as hell. Because the biggest liars try their hardest not to offend people, even though they offend people all the time. I find it offensive that you're trying your hardest not to be offensive so that you can cater to bitch-ass motherfuckers who don't do shit. You want to show me you're a real person? Show me that you're a real person. Show me that you really actually care about the fucking topic at hand. Why is this word so offensive to you? Why are words so offensive to you? Bam! When I was on TikTok live every day, I got hit with extreme hate every single day. Every day. Literally. There is not one time that I went live and I didn't encounter extreme amounts of hate. Constantly. My block list is longer than my follow list. On the current account that I was using on TikTok, I reached about 2,500 followers. Right? But I haven't been able to do lives there because they keep hitting me with claims of misinformation. Even though I'm literally reading articles online, on screen. I'm showing you the article. I'm showing you the source. It's always some major publication, a CNN, a NBC, a ABC, a CBS, a major well-known news publication, New York Times, like whatever. I'm always using the mainstream, the most mainstream that I know that you have heard of. I'm showing you the article on the screen. I'm literally flipping the screen and being like, bam, check out the article. I'm showing you the author, the date, the time, the news publication itself. I'm showing you the article as I'm reading it to you. And they want to say it's misinformation. Misinformation. That goes to show you the extreme level of censorship. And mind you, not even using the R word. Didn't say the R word one time. I'm literally just reading the article. And yes, I can use incendiary language. I can show you, I'm the ultimate rage. I'm not going to be super duper nice and super duper cuddly. I'm not just going to be super quiet. I'm not going to speak in a soft tone. No, I'm going to be super duper fiery as hell. That's what you can expect from the ultimate rage. That's why I call myself the ultimate rage. To show you unequivocally from the start what you getting into. How are you going to fucking see some shit from the ultimate rage and expect it to be super duper mellow and laid back? Hell no. If you can't see from the name that it's gonna be some fiery shit, something is fucking wrong with you. Perhaps you are retarded. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's the point. Everything out here is retarded. Everyone out here is retarded. I might even be retarded. I got anger issues. Ever since I was a young one. That's why I call myself the ultimate rage, because I can get super duper pissed. Y'all have not even begun to see how angry I can get. But it's not about me, my emotions. It's about us. It's about what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing as a human race, as American citizens, as conscious beings, as life forms? What in the hell are we doing? What are we doing? What are our goals? What are our aims? What are we hoping to accomplish as people, as conscious beings, as human beings, as Americans, as life forms, as earthlings? What are we trying to do? We never have these conversations as a populace. I say all the time, we've become a nation of people running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off, with no clear sense of direction, no clear goals, no clear aims. People just be out here doing shit. People always love to talk in the black and white, the good and bad, blah, blah, blah. They think that, oh, well, they're just trying to be a better person. We don't even know what that means to be a good person, let alone a better person. What does it mean to be a good person? Because if you ask me, a lot of these good people are not good at all. And I can go into that, and I will go into that, because obviously we are living in these suboptimal conditions. America is not a place where everybody is doing well, everybody's living great, everybody's in perfect stasis, everybody is living harmoniously, and we're all peaceful, and nobody's suffering, nobody's homeless, nobody's suffering from drug abuse and substance abuse and all that shit. Everybody's super happy. No. That's why I say all the time, America is the scam capital, the capital of the world, the divided states of corporations. I say it every day because it's true. We're the divided states of corporations. We love ourselves some corporations. We hate getting on the same page. We hate to agree on anything. People will disagree just for the sake of disagreeing. So, with that said, that's why I think it's important that we have real conversations. If you're gonna have a problem with the word or phrase that I say, you're not somebody that I want to fucking have a conversation with. You're not somebody I want to align with. If you're gonna get hung up over a word, over a phrase, because you don't like it, tough shit. Then I'm not for you. I don't want nothing to do with you. Unless you can provide me with great sound reasoning as to why. And mind you, I don't think that you have sound reasoning. That's why I think you're retarded. That's the point. If you had sound reasoning, you probably wouldn't be retarded. And then to use, oh, comrade, that's a comrade. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what you think. Because it's not good to be retarded. It's not good to suffer from psychological disorders. It's not good to suffer from any disorder at all. It's not something to be celebrated. It's not something to be championed. It's not something to be happy about. I'm not saying that we need to be offensive to these people, but at the same time, it's not a good thing to suffer from these conditions. We should be a society that works towards solving these conditions, fixing these conditions, preventing these conditions, super optimizing our human bodies and minds so that we can be super geniuses, super fit, super capable, super able. So if you want to say I'm an ableist, then yeah, I'm an ableist. And I think it's better to be able than to be disabled. Why would anybody want to be disabled? You have to be disabled to think that being disabled is super optimal. Because it's not. It's not. That's why we say we are in a mental health and substance abuse crisis. It is a crisis. It's not something to be happy about. It's not something to be celebrated. It's not a good thing that people are out here fucked up on drugs. It's not a good thing for people to fucking sell their kids on the fucking black market because they're that addicted. Or because they got something going on with their mind. Or both. They got something going on with their mind and they're exacerbating the problem by doing various substances. So we need to be working towards how do we solve this shit? We're not going to solve this shit by you getting mad at me because I said somebody's retarded. Because I used the R word. Because it's a word that you don't like. Because you think it's a bad word. Now, if Substack tells me, hey, don't use that word, it's against our policies, I'll refrain from using it. Right? Because I don't want to violate the policies. However, I don't care about offending you. I'm not here to not offend you. I don't know you. I've never met you. And if I have met you, I probably still don't like you anyway. Everything I do is about finding the truth. If me using a word that you don't like prevents you from fucking with me, great. It lets me know that you a bitch ass clown and that you ain't nobody that's worth me talking to. This is my thing about social media, the internet, having all these devices and all this type of shit. It should allow us to be able to communicate. It should allow us to get real, to get into the nooks and crannies of our reality and understanding everything. We should be able to have these conversations amicably. Language is one of the principal things that separates us from other creatures. Not just the fact that we have it, but how intricate we can get with it. The fact that we can ascribe meanings to these different words and catchphrases. A word can change meaning like that overnight. The word good, the word bad. The word bad can mean good things. Damn, that bitch is so fucking bad. Ooh. That means that she's attractive. She's highly attractive. But then you can say, well, that chick is just bad. Which can mean bad. Like she's suboptimal in some form or fashion. Whatever the case may be. Context. Context is what matters. That's what's so important to me. It's the context that matters. Stop looking at the word and look at the context. Because you cannot sit here and tell me that if I use the word retarded, that I'm using it in a way that doesn't accurately describe how suboptimal something is. Sure, I could use suboptimal. I could use mentally deficient, mentally disturbed, all these different fucking phrases. But like I said, it's only a matter of time until these words and phrases become slurs to somebody. So I don't get caught up in whether or not something I say is considered a slur to you. Because if we're going to play that game, then I can give you some words or phrases that are slurs to me. And I can tell you, well, if you use this word, that's a slur, and you can get the fuck off my shit. Hell, I can tell you that the word slur itself is a slur. Don't use that slur against me. Sir, ma'am, madam, whatever the fuck you identify as. Because I'm not going to get caught up into this game of semantics. You're not going to get me caught up and wasting time over the usage of certain words unless it's important to the conversation. And what I mean by that is this, like I just said, words have different meanings depending on the context. So I do think that it's important to explain the context of any usage of any term, because a lot of people like to play these fucking games where they, you use a word, but they use it for a different context, but they can break that context over this context and try to act like that's the same shit. I don't play that shit. I try to be as accurate as possible. That's my goal. That's my aim, to be as accurate as possible. I'm not going to let you dictate to me how I should talk. If a certain word is, like I said, if a certain word is going to prevent you from rocking with me, great. It lets me know that you a soft ass bitch. You're not somebody I want to align with. I don't want to align with bitch ass softies who's going to get their panties in a bunch over a word or two. Over a phrase or two. Because I said something that you didn't like. I said something that made you feel like I'm a meanie. I'm such a meanie. Why didn't I just use words that you prefer? Because it's not about you. I don't do this for specifically you. I do this for us. But we gotta have the ability to have real conversations. Look, and let me tell you something else about me. to explain why I think the way I think and I say the things I say and say the things the way I say it. I live on the south side of Chicago. 79th and fucking Western, 79th and Ashland, in between there. Straight up on the south side of the Chicago city streets, in the neighborhood called Killer Ward. One of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the nation, where a lot of that shit that y'all hear about happens. King Von used to stay right over there. You know King Von, that big rapper guy? He used to stay right over here. Right over here. This is where a lot of that shit that y'all might hear about in the news happens. Tyshawn Lee was murdered over here. That was a big news story that was on every major platform, including CNN. That happened right here. So forgive me for not giving a fuck about your bitch-ass feelings when I'm living in the literal war zone. That none of you bitch-ass, hoe-ass motherfuckers would ever come to and say none of this crazy shit in my face. That's why I don't worry about hoe-ass trolls and goofies and crybabies and people who want to get their panties in a bunch over a word or two. Because over here, it's super duper real. You can lose your life right now just because you decided to walk to the candy store. I know because it's literally happened. My sister is a teacher at a school over here. She had a student that was literally murdered coming out of the candy store down the street at the wrong place at the wrong time. 15 years old. Life over with. And you want to sit here and bitch to me about a bitch-ass word. Fuck y'all. Fuck you hoe-ass motherfuckers. Y'all are the reason why we got to this place where we can't talk about anything. Because your feelings matter so fucking much to you that you don't care about the literal reality that's happening around you in front of your face. Y'all love censorship. Y'all love to shut people down because you don't like what they have to say. You don't care about the people who are literally out here suffering, the families who are out here suffering because they done lost a child, because they lost their mom, because they lost their brother, because they lost their sister, because they lost their family member, their friends, whoever the fuck matters to them. Forgive me for not being a little bitch-ass goofy like yo ho ass. Forgive me if I say words that you ain't gonna like because I don't give a fuck. I get worse shit every day from people down the street. Hell, from trolls online. I done been called any and everything. Isn't it funny how y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to me and y'all can say the most meanest, heinous, fucking just antisocial, offensive ass shit to me. But oh, the moment I say something y'all don't like, y'all quick to hit the report button. Y'all quick to fucking say, oh, he was bullying and harassing me. You're on my live talking shit to me, and I'm bullying and harassing you. That's so crazy. In fact, that's retarded. It's literally that. So that's why I say the word. Because I see retarded shit around me all day, every day, especially in a city like Chicago. It's all kinds of crazy shit every day. People getting murdered, people getting raped, children getting raped. But you want to argue with me over a bitch-ass word. That's insane. Why don't you have that same energy for all these rapists that be out here doing the rape? All of a sudden, it's a group you like or a celebrity you like, and you shut the fuck up like the little hoe-ass bitches that y'all be. Which is another reason why I'm an anti-theist, because theism is the biggest reason for rape. They're the biggest rape culture in the world. One of the things I love to talk about, and the main reason why my account on TikTok is on the verge of getting banned again, is because we talk about the rape culture, highly prevalent in America. Sure, there's the Jeffrey Epstein situation and stuff like that. We talk about stuff like that too. But I talk more about the shit that happens every day by these religious institutions that not only are the greatest, longest running scam in human history, but they commit the most rapes than any and everybody. You are more likely to get raped in a church than anywhere. And yet, so many people are religious. So many women, even though women get victimized the most, At least according to this website, notinourchurch.com. According to them, women get assaulted the most in churches, and yet they're the most religious motherfuckers in the country, putting their children at risk of getting abused. All these Christian organizations, these Catholic archdioceses, they got all these billions of dollars, all these $100 million settlements, and ain't nobody even talking about it but me. Everybody's talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Ain't nobody talking about these Catholic churches and all these Christian churches, all these Christian pastors and Christian fucking cardinals and volunteers and all these workers and all these people, all these teachers that are always getting arrested for the exact same reason every day. We pull up stories every day. One of the things I do is I will show you these stories to show you how this is a criminal organization. This is a criminal industry. And yet they get all the money tax-free and people throw money at them every single fucking day. 2/3 of our country is Christian. 2/3, 200 million people. And yet 0 of them could demonstrate any of this Christian bullshit to be true. 0. 0 of these people can demonstrate the current location of the Father, the Son, and or the Holy Spirit. 0 out of billions of people around the world. 2.3 billion people in the world and 200 million plus in America. And yet a big fat 0 of them can tell you, can show you where this Jesus character is located right now. And yet what we can't see every day is all kinds of rapists raping children and women in the name of the Lord. How the fuck does that help anything? Oh, right, it doesn't. In fact, it's retarded. It's literally, actually, factually, seriously, literally, actually retarded. Especially considering 200 million people enabling, enriching, and empowering these rapists on a constant basis. Acting like America's some kind of oasis, despite all these bigots and racists. Our country is straight shit. So, that's why I talk about it. That's why I always discuss it. That's why I have no problem offending anybody. Because guess what? Children getting raped offends me. I hate every single fucking time I see some crazy story of some child that was harmed. You know why? Because the children are the future. And if we actually cared about our future, we would care about the children. You wouldn't be arguing with me because I said that something was retarded. You'd be arguing with the retarded motherfucker that's raping the children. You see how that works? You get mad at me for saying that that shit is retarded because it is. But you're not getting mad at the retarded motherfucker committing the horrible act. That's literally retarded. Which means you were probably retarded. Because you'd rather argue with me for saying the word retarded than argue or be mad at the retarded motherfucker that's raping kids out here. Literally raping kids. It goes to show you where people's priorities lie. It's shit like that. That's why I think it's important to say the word retarded. Because it is. It's literally that. It's actually literally that. It's actually that. People are out here fucked up in every way, shape, and form. Shit ain't sweet out here. Motherfuckers ain't just living in paradise out here. America is a war zone. That's why, like I say, it's the scam capital, the capital of the world. And so throughout these lives, I'm going to show you this. You should get angry. But not at me. Don't get mad at me because I used the word you didn't like. Be mad at what that word is referring to. Motherfuckers out here who seem to be not just cool with children getting raped, but helping the rapists get away with raping them. Keeping it on the hush. helping them to cover it up for decades. Countless kids getting hurt. That's retarded as fuck. I don't care what you have to say. I don't care what kind of tone you want to use. I don't care what word you want to use. It's fucked up. That's the point. It's fucked up. And if you don't want to accept that, you're fucked up. And I have no problem telling you that to your face. You're a bitch. Something's wrong with your fucking brain. You are retarded. That's just what it is. You don't have to like it. In fact, you shouldn't like it. It's not a good thing to be retarded. And I'm not saying that I'm not retarded. I'm trying my best to not be, but I'm a flawed human being like everybody. But see, the thing about the times we're in now is that we should be working towards how we can actually optimize our society, how we can optimize the human body, how we can super optimize our bodies, our consciousness, our cognitive functions. There's all these innovations that are occurring, all these new technologies, all these new scientific discoveries, all these new innovations and inventions and what have you, all these new technologies that are still being developed, all this fucking quantum computing and genetic manipulation and what have you are going to significantly help us improve our physical health, our mental health, our treatment methods, and all these different things. Those are the things that we should be focusing on. These are the things that we should be investing in. How we can improve our collective health, wealth, consciousness, all that shit. Our collective well-being. Our ability to work interdependently with synergy to super optimize our planet, super optimize our bodies, and figure out who we are, what we are, and where we are in the place of this grand scheme of reality. So that's what I'm about. That's what I talk about. And that's how I'm going to talk about it. So I'm giving y'all a heads up. This is what I'm about. You got to get down and get the fuck out my fucking face. I'm not here to be nice to you. I'm not here to be like everybody else, be super duper happy-go-lucky and make you feel welcome and make you feel comfortable and tell you everything's gonna be okay and hit you with platitude after platitude after platitude to make you feel good. That's not what this is. This is to tell you that shit ain't okay. And it ain't never gonna be okay until we collectively decide to make it not just okay, but awesome. And if you ain't about that, cool, get your bitch ass the fuck off my life, get the hell out of my fucking face forever. Block me, mute me, do all that shit because I'm about to block your whole ass. I don't give a fuck. Already on here, I done blocked more people than followers I have because I see all kinds of retarded ass shit on here. And I ain't with that shit. I don't ever want to see that shit. I only want to interact with people who actually understand what I'm talking about and who actually really truly want to understand our reality. I am not here to bicker with you over tops, to argue with you over this certain word that I used that you didn't like. Because if that's how you are, you're not somebody I want to interact with at all. Period. Because that's exactly the problem. You more concerned about a word than the state of our literal society. That is literally retarded. And I have no problem telling you that. Get the fuck out of my goddamn face. This has been the first live that I've done on Substack. Obviously, ain't nobody watching me. I don't have a big enough audience yet. And I can already see that this live platform is inferior to TikTok. So, y'all gotta get y'all shit together if y'all want to compete with social media. But you also need to make sure you maintain this level of freedom. Thank you, at least so far, Substack, for not shutting me down for saying the word retarded like 27 times today. Because I am always about pushing boundaries. but for a good purpose. It's for a good purpose because it's about truth. It's about clarity. It's about understanding our reality as it is and not just for what people want it to be. Because we can't make it better if we don't truly understand what it is now. So that's what I'm all about. Thank you, nobody, for watching me, but thank y'all for allowing me to do this. Trust me, we're going to do this a lot more in the coming days. Holla back at your boy.